But welcome to my podcast. My name is Janie Daly, and I'm going to say good evening to you, my light workers. You're a light worker. If you're watching this channel, you're a light worker. And a light worker who is somebody who's had a rough time of it in life. And your light worker is somebody who has said to God, okay, I'm going to go over and I'm going to help as many people as I possibly can. And I'm going to make a difference, of course, while doing so. So yes, light workers, you guys, I have been watching like so many YouTube things, and it's like, oh, these people have had such horrible lives, and that explains why they do this. Come on, come on. My life has not been easy by any means. But, I was blessed, though, very blessed to have a mother who was, I believe, an angel, because she taught me kindness is important. So, hello, Miss Karen. Yeah, so that's excuses. It's lessons. You are in life school. You had hard things to deal with when you were little, but it's to make you strong and understand, because if you notice when everybody else comes to you and they're like crying about something, you're thinking, oh, that's weird. I had that happen to me too. Oh, I had that too, and that too. Because that makes you an expert in it. That's why, I don't know, I probably get some slack for this, but that's why I feel like, especially with women, like when you're in hard situations, there's just some things you can't understand unless you walk in their shoes. So you can have 25 degrees on the wall for school, but the most important is, did that happen to you? So I can safely say to you guys, I've had so many things happen to me, but I've always felt like my guides were next to me because, because I am going to talk about the kindness thing again, but in a little bit later. So, and no, too, you do help so many people. And I know that it's dragging for you. It can be exhausting. But I have to tell you, it's fine to let people unload on you. That's okay. But remember, you're a teacher. And, that's one thing I'm learning from like nursing in a school. It's like, no, you got to be firm. So when you give your advice, messages that you're getting or feelings that you feel when you are giving that advice to someone, you give it one time. Because what happens is, we're going to talk about the psychic vampires. The psychic vampires are the people that just keep coming to you, and they want to, and it's the same problem over and over. And by the time you're done talking to the person walks away feeling good, light, happy, airy. You, on the other hand, have a headache, or your stomach's upset, or you're just flat out exhausted and you got to go to bed. So I'm not saying don't help those people. I mean, they need help. Everybody needs help. But people need to learn how to stand on their feet and do things. And we're going to talk a lot about angels tonight. And like, if you, for instance, don't know how to handle something, ask your angels. They will help you. You guys, I've had so many things happen. I don't know. I started to write a book at one point, but it's just so many things. Because my thing is, I said to God, I will teach this, but I need proof. Because I'm not going to teach people what I think but that doesn't matter. So that's why when I say I'm very scientific. But you can be your own scientific person by opening to believe. You believe. You ask, you receive, and you say thank you. Because when you believe, you open yourself to more possibilities. So anyway, but we have been called to come here and help as many people as possible. And that includes animals. Hello, Julie. And Emily, hey. Okay, you guys, so that includes Animals and humans. Oh my gosh, back in my younger days, uh, there was somebody that was coming on saying, animals don't have souls. Yeah, okay, right. In fact, I was supposed to say something. Oh, I had to write a note. I was given a special message. So, for whoever this is for, since I'm talking about the animal, if an animal chooses you, accept this beautiful being in your life because God is giving you an angel, and that dog will be there to help you. So, even if somebody, the husband, the kids, I know this sounds cold, but allergy shots are really good. I did allergy shots when I was younger. I mean, could you imagine me allergic to animals? And then your body gets used to it. But I do believe, though, mind over matter. I still. But anyway, so yes, that was a special message that I was supposed to put in here. If an animal chooses you, accept this beautiful being in your life. God gave you this. It's an angel, and this animal is going to help you. Okay, so to go on, this is March. So remember, you get 20% off on birthday readings, or you can, it's a great gift to give someone. But please know that all readings are confidential. And I know like parents are wonderful and like they want to buy their kids readings and stuff, and even their mates, but I can't, it's up to your loved one to tell you what was said. And please know too that you can, I actually encourage you record your sessions. I definitely encourage that. You guys, when you do it, it's so cool sometimes because you'll hear like a heart beating, or you'll hear like music in the background or like a harp. Heard a harp before. It's like, woo. And that was when people would come to my office and they would sit in and have sessions with me, and I would have the recorder playing, and yeah. But anyway, so remember, 20% off readings for March birthday people. So you guys, okay, so we're gonna do the angel cards. Only 4, but it'll explain some things. I've been doing this work for a very long time. And it took me a long time to kind of come out of the closet with it and say, hey, yeah, I do this stuff. Oh, I talk to animals, yeah. And I learned to go in the closet because I would say to people, oh, yeah, that's so funny. Look, your dog's saying blah, blah, blah. And then they look at me like, how do you know? Because your dog just said it. And then they're like, okay. So as you can imagine, I didn't have a lot of friends as a kid. I spent my time, you guys, in the woods. Never afraid to be in the woods. If anything, if I felt afraid about something, I would leave the neighborhood and I would go to the woods. And I would sit by my favorite tree where I felt safe. Anyway, no lie. And I still do that, actually. But anyway, in the early days, I did push them away. And I know a lot of you have this situation because I do have one child who was going through this. If you are scared, if you see someone or you see angels, deceased loved ones, if you see that when you're a child and you're scared, and let's say you tell your parents, or you're afraid to tell your parents because they're going to yell at you because they're going to tell you it's against the Bible, please, you guys, I'm asking everybody, your 6th sense is part of your 5 senses. So like if somebody's going, oh, you're going to go out and get contacts? It's not going to be, well, what's the Bible say about wearing contacts? Come on. It's 6 senses. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just like, some people make everything about like the Bible and or political. And it's like, no, not on this channel. But anyway, so in your early days, you may have seen things. And your parents told you that it was nothing. Or if you got in trouble because, you won't go to sleep. What happens is, because children, all of their 6 senses are growing and developing. And the 6th sense is growing with your other 5 senses. And actually, your 6th sense will accentuate your other 5 senses. Seriously. Like if your eyes aren't the best, your sixth sense will help that to get better. But what happens is then you just shut the door because you're scared. It was a bad experience. But so it's so important. Teach your children. Teach your children about angels. Teach your children that angels leave them hearts. Archangel Michael leaves them red hearts in weird places. But their angels protect them. And I say it for a couple things. I say first, I don't know. I grew up where we said prayer in school, and I always felt safe. I always felt safe. But I also knew that I had angels, and I knew like my granddad, who was deceased, was hanging out with me a lot and taking care of me, helping me out. But it's like, it's such a good feeling. And there's a lot of things I didn't do or didn't attempt to do because I didn't want them to see me. So, because our angels are proud of us, God is proud of us, you know? And that's why people are like, oh, when we do bad things, you're going to do bad things. You're going to do things that are wrong. You are human. God gave you free will because he knew you're growing, you're learning. And it's just like, I wish everybody would get it to the point where we are all working together. We are all connected. You know, I mean, it's not hard. But, you know, you have angels, and it is truly a blessing. So make sure when your kids talk to you about stuff, listen to them. Unfortunately, there's all those games, Nintendo games, whatever they are. There's all these games and stuff on TV. There's some things, if you're going to allow your children to watch that kind of stuff, then you need to watch it with them so you can explain that's not true. I had to tell like some children about zombies. No. And this little girl was so scared. I was like, no. Mm-mm. No zombies, dear. Anyway, but when you are looking, okay, I'm supposed to tell you this thing first. Okay, all right. Because angels are the big topic, you guys know that I preach kindness. Well, I got to tell you, so much was going on in my life. So much. And a lot of things, because come on, we are all control freaks. We are all stubborn. And if things aren't going our way, and we're not always pleasant. And I don't like to treat anyone like that. And I don't like to get myself upset like that. So the other night, last week, I had a very clear God dream. And God basically said to me, do you remember back in the day when you were younger? You're a younger soul. You were always happy. You were always happy, laughing, playing jokes, and everything would fall into place. And when something was bad, it wasn't so bad because it's all in how you look at things. A lot of people will be like, oh, you got to be positive. You got to be positive. And I don't know. If you tell me that right away, I'm going to not be positive because I feel like, well, I'm human. You know what I mean? But no, just be kind. Just be kind. When you like to be kind and like make somebody smile, say hello to somebody. Just, oh, you look really pretty today. Just be kind. It's not hard. It's like the easiest thing to do ever. And then what happens is you see they're happy. That makes you happy. And everybody's positive. See, I feel like when we go around going, oh, I got to be positive. I got to be positive. That doesn't always work. And then you feel bad because you're not positive. And then you get even worse. So forget all that stuff. Be kind. I'm asking you to do this too because I want this month, I want you guys all. Oh, Tom, see, exactly. That's huge. That is huge to be kind to somebody. People are so mean to other people, so mean, especially when they're just doing their job and they're not a supervisor. They're just doing the best they can. And you see that they're trying to help you. There's no reason to be rude. There's no excuse. You know, and think of it this way too. if you're ready to be rude to somebody, pretend that's your daughter or your son or somebody that you love, and that somebody was treating your kid that way. You would not like it. So just be kind. It's so easy. You will find that feathers are going to be a big sign. So that's sort of March, angel month. But I stepped away from it, sorry, because I was thinking of something else I was going to tell you. But when you are kind, you make everybody happy on the other side. Like, you have no idea what you're doing by just being kind. Then it spreads that, wow, you're a really kind person. What happens? Beings, a lot of angels come around you. People that aren't nice, they're not gonna deal with you. They want nothing to do with you because you're nice and you're nice people. No, they want bad things. No, don't. That's why I say, even like laughing and joking, it keeps entities that don't have your best of intention, it keeps them away from you. So bring your angels in, okay? So feathers are a big sign. Ringing in your ears, or it'll feel like one ear is like closed off, you know? That's because the frequencies are different. So definitely that one. And I got to say too, your deceased loved ones give you signs. I was watching something the other day on YouTube that was talking about your angel signs. But I feel like some of those signs are also from your deceased loved ones. But so you guys know, I mean, and in sessions, I will tell you, what your deceased loved ones, what signs they give you. But for right now, I really want you to focus on your angels. If you want to know the name of your angel, you will hear the name 3 times or more. Just remember, it's repetitive. Like, signs are very repetitive. Okay. Also, no fear. Kindness removes fear. Kindness is magical. And with kindness, it keeps opportunities opening. But it will open your 6th sense. That's the biggest. It will open your 6th sense. So, and you'll have some people, oh, I don't believe in that, but they'll sit there and watch the ghost stories, or they don't believe, they'll watch something with, HE double toothpicks, as we used to say as kids, and believe in that, but not believe in God. It makes no sense to me. So what we're going to do is this. And when I ask you guys, I was supposed to ask you in the beginning, but I get really excited to do these. And I'm listening to the other side, giving me all this information. I don't want to forget it. But I do ask you guys to please subscribe and please share. And if you want to go further in a further reading, schedule your reading with me. My information is on the site. It's janiedaily@gmail.com. You ready? Everybody ready? Yes. Oh my gosh, it's 20 minutes. I talk a lot. Okay. I should tell you, I am using the Archangel cards by Doreen Virtue. I'm not allowed to use tarot cards. And I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying, me personally, I'm not allowed. And like, to share the story one more time, when I started to get into this really heavy, I was like, yay. And tarot cards were fascinating, but I'd never seen them my whole life. Never. That's what I'm saying. I guess they knew that I was very open and different than others. So I was really kept protected. I was totally, no Ouija boards, none of those, nothing like that at all in my whole life until I became an adult. It's really cool. And I encourage to not do Ouija boards and stuff. Don't, especially around your kids. Please don't do that. Okay, but anyway, there's always rules and regs to everything, and it's a lot to explain, and I will. But And oh yes, I'm in I was in Barnes and Noble, and I was like, oh wow, look, they have these, these cards, and it has the book too. I went to get it. Now I'm by myself at Barnes and Noble. I go to get it, and I heard no. I was like, why? Why? Remember, I'm by myself in Barnes and Noble in Bel Air, going, why? Why can't I have this? And no reason, just said no. So I never got it. I never got it. But I think it's because I'm a light worker, and I am to help other people. And I don't know. It's just, I've got to stay neutral, I just don't want anybody to be scared. And also it's safety features. But anyway, you guys, the first card was a career transition. Are you ready? You guys, it's 4 cards. The career transition, your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. Now, I took some other notes. Okay, with the career, it can be stressful, but don't look at it as stressful. Look at it as a new beginning. You guys, come on. If you are not happy in your job, and that's where you spend most of your life, please don't do it for money. And I know people will be like, money flows. Money flows. Everything flows when you're on the right path. Everything flows. But you'll find, like, if you keep getting stuck in this dead-end job, I'm going to say, where you're miserable, your marriage is almost broken up, your kids need counseling, that job's not worth it. So you're great to have money in the bank, but you're going to have to split it with your wife because you're going to have child support to pay. Why do that? Get something where you're excited to go to work. Jobs are out there like that. Make changes. So many people will come back and get rid of the spouse and stay in the dead-end job. Well, because it's retirement. What if you don't live that long? Not to be like Debbie Downer, but what if you don't make it to retirement? Then you stayed in a dead-end job for nothing. So anyway, please, you're going to be clearing old from new. And then that's when I was going to tell you the kindness thing, because I'm going through something like that right now. And when I had my God dream about being, hey, Arn, when I had my God dream about being kind, just being kind. Because he's like, you're just, used to be so like carefree and kind. And very true. Very true. So be kind in your new, you will find too, if you're making a career change, more people are prone to help you when you're giving them respect. Respect goes a long way. And trust. That's the thing too, because we are all control freaks. Let go of control. Just trust in God. Trust that, you've got angels around you. They're helping you. You've got your own personal angels. You can ask them for signs. Ask them for any signs. Just ask. Give them permission to help you. And then when you see a sign, say thank you. But pay close attention to repetitive dreams, repetitive ideas, repetitive visions, because they are direct signs from your angels. Now remember, tonight, before doing this, I settled down and I was calling out to your angels. Excuse me, I'm putting it out to the universe, so to speak, to help you, because this month is going to be special. I want this month to be really good for you, good for your family. Something's not working, please change it. Okay, so talk about the money card, right? Prosperity. Oh, I should tell you how I did these. I shuffled, and these 3 cards came together, and then there was one that flipped around in my deck, and I will show you that one. But first, prosperity. Prosperity. Open your arms to receive. You're going to receive ideas, opportunities. Some things may even be like, say hi to people. Say hi to strangers. Like, hey, how you doing today? It's like that game Clue. With each person you talk to, you might get a little bit of a clue. Seriously, or pay attention. Just pay attention. Get off of your phones and pay attention to the people around you. Remember, 3 times it's assigned for you. If you find that you are saying something to several different people, the same thing, then know that that sign is for you. Because you guys, I'm going to tell you something, seriously. If you don't like something about somebody and you really don't, God places those people in our lives to act as a mirror. And that means that you're probably doing some kind of behavior the same of what you don't like. And that's kind of hard, but I mean, it is harsh. As you get older, you accept it. When you're younger, it's like, oh, that's insulting. But anyway, but it's not. It's not meant to be insulting. So prosperity. This prosperity card, it talks about your material needs will be provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. Come on. I went to nursing school. And I did like readings part-time. And I was able to get through nursing school. I don't know, because some people actually work. I couldn't do that. Third card, outdoors. Outdoors is huge. You want to connect with nature. That's what I said to you guys, like in the beginning when I was talking about going into the woods. I don't know, it's safe. And I know you have to be careful. I mean, that you have to use common sense with that too. But see, I always listen. I always listen to my divine family. Always. For those of you who know me, you know I listen to my divine family. And if I am told not to do something, I don't do it. And no, I'm not saying like I'm a little pawn piece, but I am working. I'm doing this for work. So like I said, God's my boss here. So if he's saying something I need to change that I'm teaching you guys, hello, I got to change it. But connect with nature. It renews your spirit and revives your energy. Smell the roses. Look at the clouds. You know, I go out at night and my neighbors, I'm sure my neighbors think I'm crazy, but that's fine. I probably am, or maybe I am. By the way, there's a big difference between being psychic and being psychotic. Just remember that. Being psychic is a huge gift. But, you know, I'll go out at night and like put my arms on me, like, especially for a full moon, like, thank you so much. And like, hi to everybody. And, you know, what can I do to make a difference and to thank them for being there for me? You guys, it's so nice. It's so, so nice. I know you weren't supposed to always go outside with your animals, but I don't know. Ellie and I are kind of attached and she kind of does her own things. Anyway. And so, okay. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Angels don't. And angels, I wrote something really fast. When your angels are helping you. Oh, wait, let me show you the last card that fell out. Angel therapy. Yep. And I told you, I get ready for these shows. I asked God, what do you want me to do? I heard it was going to be angels tonight. So, okay. You know, what do you want me to say? We'll do the cards. Okay. And only 4. Okay. And then when all these 3 came out together, I was like, really, you think? And I heard, yes. Okay. And then I was like, let's do, I guess, 1 more, huh? And this one fell out. It flipped up. Angel therapy. So you want to give your cares and your worries to your angels. Allow them to take your burdens. But you guys, leave the control. Everybody is a control freak. Everybody is. Everybody's controlling and stubborn. You've got to leave the control. Because if your way hasn't been working, then it's not going to work. So you have to be able to ask your angels for help and ask them to let you know. Say, if I'm missing whatever you're not doing, please, I always say, I used to say, pretend I'm 5 years old and just let me see it and understand it. But let them do it the way that it's supposed to do, you know? Like if somebody is wanting to, uh, let's say, stop drugs, alcohol, um, and then they might be saying, "Oh, okay, let me just have like let me find some money to buy my stuff just one more time, and then I'll do rehab." I can guarantee you that you're not going to find that. But what you will find is a place that's offering you to come there at like a 50% discount. You know, because it's always things that are good for you. And for those of you that are suffering with drugs and or alcohol, you're numbing something. You're numbing something. You have to look at what you're numbing, please. Because I know just too many wonderful people are hurting, but you have to know why you're numbing things. The other thing too, live your passion. Do what you want to do. If you're in your 40s and you're like, I really want to do something, but I need to go to college, then go to college. You're not too old. You guys went to nursing school at 50. 50! And I was the most misbehaved person in the class. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, seriously, though, you're never too old. You're only as old as you say you are. But you guys know there's some people that are like 30 and got the weight of the world on their backs, and they're not happy and they're miserable, and they look like they're 60 years old. So you want to keep youth? Do you want to do youth? Then smile, be happy, and be kind. So on that, you guys remember to please subscribe. I really want to grow this channel because I'm going to start working on my other one soon. The one about the doctor isn't in, but the vet's down the street. And if anybody wants to, exactly, 444, you're definitely, angels, definitely. And Arnie also fours, like 4444, is Jesus. Yeah, it's really cool. Really, really cool. But, just, I started getting into this. Anyway, you guys, just try this week, open up to angels. Open your heart. And if somebody says, I don't believe in that, more than likely something happened to them as a child and it scared them to death. And so what they do, come on. The brain has a way of protecting us. So if something really bad happened to you, you don't remember it. And so sometimes many, many years later. But that's because your brain decided that for you to know that information earlier, it could have destroyed you. So it kept it hidden. Well, the same thing with, if you saw something that terrified you. And that's why don't do that to your kids. And don't yell at them, because then they learn that they can't talk to you at all. And I always say that's the first step. If you want your children, your grandchildren to come and talk to you about things, let them be open about anything, please. So on that note, you guys, talk to your angels. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, for hanging out here. I appreciate all of you. I'm going to do this with the angel cards the first Tuesday of every month. So thank you. Any questions? Is there any questions you want me to answer? Exactly. God is always guiding us. Yes. We are never alone. That's why you guys, when I hear about people that are sad and YouTube has a saying, unaliving, because people feel like they're alone. You're not alone. I promise you. I guarantee you. And if you start opening up to your angels, let's say, because God is like above, like above you, watching over you, helping you, but also you're here. Like you're not a pawn. You're a soul that is here to do work. So, it's like your kids. We're like, God's our Father. Let's say it that way. God's our Father, okay? And you have kids, but you're not going to turn around and do everything for your kids because what good is that going to do? You know, we're like birds. You know, we teach our little birdie children to fly from the nest and to fly safely from the nest. We're the same way. All right, you guys. Thank you all seriously so much. And remember kindness. And I appreciate each and every one of you.